And Dennis chatting away to his opponent and to the crowd. It's a very relaxed atmosphere up there. 32 years of age, Team Sweden player has represented. Something's got to him there.
Yes, it's the stereo system in the bowling centre they'd like to turn off, if that's at all possible. The Swedish 2009 and 10 Player of the Year is going to open this match up down the right-hand side. Straight in the 1-3 pocket, and yeah, he likes that. That's his favourite lane, I'm sure.
Really heard the revs on the ball there.
And how good is he going to be to do that?
Well, he's sticking with the right hand, and it's worked.
Yeah, Miller was the second place runner-up in the AMF World Cup last year in Toulon, beaten by Mike Schmidt of Canada, an old friend of ours. Dennis moves outside right on the left-hand lane as well. Now, maybe it'll be he's changed equipment and come down slightly to a slightly harder ball. That's going to give him a little bit more distance before the very dry back end of the lane grabs hold of the ball and turns it left. It's been coached by some of the top people in the world, including Andrew Frawley and Tim Mack.
Hoping the messenger would do the job there, just wouldn't get back to the pocket.
Gives it some good width, gets some rotation on it, and takes the spur away quite nicely.
Pretty much even. Beat Torgerson and Sandbakken in the men's doubles when he played alongside Carl Wahlgren. So a nice win for Sweden over Norway at the European doubles back in June. We've enjoyed that one, I can tell you. Oh, and a ringing 10. That'll keep Matt Miller interested.
Yeah, kind of a strange shot, that one. It hooked up nicely, then set into the pocket. Didn't drive through in behind the head pin. At the final. Two top players, the two top qualifiers in the tournament. And of course, one of them's hoping to make it Miller time.
Yeah.
And they're greatly encouraged by Dad, who is also Matt, but Matt Senior. Oh, great looking shot. He was begging that one to get up there with the 1-3 pocket, and it did. Carried the 10 pin as well, so he's gone strike, spare, strike.
Well, smile from Eklund. He's been through this before, the young guns. Trying to put him under pressure. But this is where experience can pay off. When the lane starts to change, it will move around a bit from here, the oil. So who's going to read this best? Who's going to keep finding that pocket with the sort of impetus you need to knock all 10 down? Eklund then. That one strayed into the head pin, and he's a little bit lucky there.
Very fortunate to break up the 4 and the 10 pin. 4 pin goes. The oil does move around, and it's the ones with the knowledge to recognise what's happening with the bowling ball that can get their angle and speed right that will usually turn out to be the winner. They're the ones that are going to get the strikes. It's no good struggling with 9 spares all the way through a final. Really have got to get some strikes going and strung together.
Doubles gold with England's Nicky Ainge, but could go on to much greater things. I think that's the consensus of opinion, is that Matt Miller could make it big, and he's hanging in there at the moment with Eklund,
which is good news for Team England and English bowling in general. Yeah, better looking shot from Dennis there. Holds that line nicely, makes the 1-3 pocket and carries all 10.
Matt hasn't looked too phased. That's what I've enjoyed, you know, despite Dennis being quite vocal and enjoying his shots. Matt really has tried to stay in the zone, not worry too much about his opponent, and just keep worrying about the lane. If anything's going to beat you, that's what will beat you, the lane.
The centre's not that particularly busy today. You haven't got a huge crowd of people behind him. So it's a very relaxed atmosphere. And the one that gets in his comfort zone first should do really well, and it looks as though Matt has. Takes 3 strikes in a row. That's 4 out of the five frames, and we're at the halfway stage already.
Positions from one side to the other. Not a straightforward leapfrog by any means. Yeah, he seems to have moved a little further right on that left-hand lane than he has been bowling, and it's worked well.
And carry some strikes. Both of them are pretty much in a strike zone, so it may not be. Well, we'll have a quick forced start there from Matt Miller, but he's regrouped. He's done the right thing. If something's not right, you've got to stop.
It's the little baby just watching on behind. One of the future stars, just causing a few problems for one of the currents in other sports that wouldn't have reacted very well to that.
Well, you mean turn around and give the baby a mean look?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well done, Matt. Looking for another strike, making this 4 in a row. And yes, he does it nicely.
And what does he say? Come on, baby, as the ball goes back to the pocket. Touch of irony there from Mr. Miller.
Yep, great looking shot. Just gets it a slightly low.
Matt looking very, very composed in the background there. So Dennis has got the pressure once again, and that's what's been good about this match. Really is a case of who's going to blink first. Again, long way right, and he brought that nicely back to the pocket. And we even get the chop, Pete Webber style.
Both players enjoying themselves, both lined up, both shot 3 strikes in a row. Well, in fact, Miller's got 4 in a row. Dennis has hit 3. There's not much in it.
Takes a re-rack there, Matt. That's I think, just buying himself a bit of time.
Could be a bit of gamesmanship. Stay focused until the end of the game. Well, you can hear him saying, come on, get there. And, well, it did get there. Well, it's just a matter of it's going to be coming down to the 9th and 10th frame.
Oh
dear, gets that messenger. Pretty fortunate one there. The Wheel of Fortune has spun round, and Eklund's 10-pin is gone. And he too makes 4 strikes in a row.
Real feather in his cap. Right-hand lane. Well, he was happy with it pretty much from the start, and the pressure is building very nicely. The Englishman putting the Swede under some serious pressure, and I think Dennis Eklund now has got a lot to think about with this next delivery.
Well, we're at the foundation frame, which is frame number 9. Miller's got a 10-pin lead. So you're quite right, Simon. Yes, Dennis Eklund really has got to strike and probably go 2 in the 10th as well to give himself any chance.
He's been going right and throwing it hard into the pocket on this lane. Again, he stays right, brings it back nicely, and, well, under the circumstances, that was a convincing strike.
Just showing how some of his skill and expertise. As one of the top bowlers in Europe is Dennis. Steps up for frame number 9. He's got a 6-pack behind him. This will be frame or strike number 7. I'll get there, he says. He's really talking to this ball and these pins, isn't he? And that is a great looking shot for the foundation frame.
Well, on about 90% of the shots, once you hear Matt Miller talk, you'd think he was upset.
Frame number 10. Both players potentially going through the 250 barrier if they can hit a striker piece here. But it's Eklund to finish first. Well, there's the first one. It was a great looking shot.
He's going to be able to record the higher score. It's going to be very close indeed. Matt Miller at the moment is favourite for the title. But this is all about Dennis Eklund trying to set a number, set a mark that his opponent is going to have to beat, and that's when it can get very nervy in the closing frame.
Yes, and that number is going to be 268 if he strikes again.
Oh, no.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh.
Ringing 10-pin after
taking this spare out for
257.
Right, here we go then. All done at 257. Any advance from Matt Miller. A little wave there from Eklund, but I think he realises that the Englishman is in good nick, and he's got every chance
20
here.
pins or a strike on your first shot in the last frame to take the championship.
Same call as we've heard before.
Dear.
Oh, no.
Well, it's a 9. It leaves the 7-pin standing. It wasn't a bad shot, and he's been very vocal, hasn't he? Talking to that ball to get there and get there. He needs this one to get there for the spare. And then just close out.
Right. Spare required, first of all. Never that easy. And, well, look at that for confidence. How about that?
Yeah, Matt, bowl some straight shots at those single pins, please.
That was mad. That was heart in the mouth time.
Can you imagine if it had actually hooked left and dropped in the channel? He would have been as sick as a dog.
Eklund not out of it yet.
I dare say 8 for a tie, or was it 7
8
for
a tie, 9 for the win. Could be. Here he goes. Oh, he's gone after that one. And down they go. Matt Miller's your champion.
Fantastic looking shot there in the last ball. 259 plays 257. What a great match. How about that? Well done, Matt Miller.
Well, that was a corker, and from Bruno Bidoni's point of view, in terms of this Bowling Promotion Cup, that's the sort of match that he wanted to finish with here at the Chateaubriant Bowling Centre. It's Matt Miller that claims the trophy, and deservedly so. He really held his nerve against Eklund. Miller is the winner.